Yes, students, now we are starting with the next topic, that is flotation. We have done about upthrust, about relative density, and now comes the next topic, flotation. Now, whenever a body is floating, either it is completely submerged or it is sink at the bottom, or it is floating with some part submerged and some part above the water, then what are the forces which are acting on the body? There are only two forces which are acting on the body. The first force that is acting is the weight of the body, is the weight of the body. So this we have to learn also, what are the two forces which are acting on the body when the body is floating. And here we are representing the weight of the body by W. The weight of the body always acts in the downward direction. And where does it act? किस point पे weight of the body act होता है? It always acts at the center of gravity. Center of gravity is the point where the weight of the body it acts. Is that clear? Now, the second force that is acting on the body when it is immersed in water, when it is floating at the bottom, inside water, whatever, the second force that is acting is upthrust. Here we are representing upthrust by Fb, and upthrust always acts in the upward direction. And which is the point where it acts? It acts at the center of buoyancy. The point of acting of this upthrust is the center of buoyancy. And here we have represent the center of buoyancy by B. Center of buoyancy. Actually, what is center of buoyancy? It is the center of gravity of displaced liquid. It is the center of gravity of the displaced liquid. जितना पानी displace हुआ है उसकी जो center of gravity जो point होता है, that is actually called the center of buoyancy. So first of all, important is what are the two forces which are acting on the body when the body is floating, and what are their directions, and what are the points at which they are acting. We have to learn the diagram, everything about this. Now students, we will be studying about the different cases. तीन cases होते हैं, या तो body बिल्कुल bottom पे है, sinked है, sink. Second is the body is floating but it is completely inside the liquid or water. Third case है कि body float कर रही है, some part is submerged and some part is not submerged. तो तीनों cases का हम, that is, we will do all the important points regarding all these three figures. Now first thing is that यहाँ पर मैंने FB dash लिखा है, FB dash लिखा है, लेकिन यहाँ पर मैंने FB लिखा है. FB dash क्या होता है? FB dash is the maximum upthrust. It is the maximum upthrust. और FB क्या है? Upthrust. मैक्सिमम कब अपथ्रस्ट जो है वो मैक्सिमम कब होता है? जब बॉडी कंप्लीटली इमर्स्ड है, तब उसके ऊपर जो अपथ्रस्ट होगा वो मैक्सिमम होगा. और जब बॉडी का सम पार्ट इज इनसाइड वाटर, सम पार्ट इज आउटसाइड वाटर, तो उस केस में उसका अपथ्रस्ट मैक्सिमम नहीं है. अगर हम इसको नीचे लेके जाएंगे, जितना पार्ट हम इसका लिक्विड में सबमर्ज करेंगे, इसका अपथ्रस्ट उतना ही बढ़ेगा. जब ये बॉडी पूरी की पूरी पानी के अंदर आएगी, तब इसका अपथ्रस्ट मैक्सिमम होगा. सो हियर वी आर राइटिंग ओनली FB बिकॉज यहाँ पर वो मैक्सिमम नहीं है. इसको मैक्सिमम करने के लिए हमें बॉडी को प्रेशर के साथ, फोर्स के साथ अंदर लेके जाना पड़ेगा और फिर उसका अपथ्रस्ट मैक्सिमम होगा. नाउ इस केस में इफ यू सी हियर, फर्स्ट व्हाट डू वी नोट? whenever the body sinks at the bottom, isn't it, उस केस में होता है that weight of the body is more than the upthrust. एक तो ये है, weight of the body is more than the upthrust. Secondly क्या है? In terms of density also we can write that density of the body or density of the solid, ये ds represent कर रहा है density of the body. We are representing it by ds. This is the density of body. It is more than the density of the liquid. एक ये केस है, ठीक है ना, एक ये प्रॉपर्टी. और हमें यहाँ पर क्या दिखाई देता है कि जो सेंटर ऑफ ग्रेविटी है और जो सेंटर ऑफ बॉयंसी है, दे coincide. So this is very important. It is often asked when the body is at the bottom of the container in the liquid, इनसाइड द सरफेस, उसमें हमेशा सेंटर ऑफ ग्रेविटी और सेंटर ऑफ बॉयंसी एक ही पॉइंट पे एक्ट करते हैं. इज दैट क्लियर? नाउ in this case, what is the weight of body in water? What is the weight of body in water? Now see here, जो एफ बी डैश है वो ऊपर को एक्ट कर रहा है और वेट है वो नीचे को एक्ट कर रहा है. बॉडी जो है वो नीचे आके बैठ गई है, isn't it, सिंक हो गई है. वो क्यों हुआ है? बिकॉज द वेट इज मोर देन अप थ्रस्ट. सो नेट जो फोर्स, जो इसका वेट होगा, दैट विल बी इक्वल टू द डिफरेंस ऑफ दीज टू फोर्सेस, W माइनस एफ बी डैश. ये फ्लोट नहीं कर रही है, इट इज सिंक एट द बॉटम. सो इस केस में वेट ऑफ द बॉडी इन वाटर विल बी दिस. तो ये पॉइंट्स आपने याद रखने हैं कि जब बॉडी इस पोजीशन में होती है, व्हाट इज द रिलेशन बिटवीन द फोर्सेस, बिटवीन द डेंसिटीज, what is the relation between the center of gravity and center of buoyancy, and what is the weight of body in water. ये जो weight of body in water है, इसको हम apparent weight of body in water भी बोलते हैं. Now let us take the second case. ये वाला case, जब body float कर रही है, means it is not at the bottom, ये घूम रही है, float कर रही है, but it is completely inside the water. So in this case, what is the relation between the weight and the upthrust? Whenever the body floats with completely submerged in water, then the weight and maximum upthrust, they are always equal. उसके बाद what is the relation between their densities? Density of the solid is always equal to the density of the liquid. उसके बाद हम ऑब्जर्व करते हैं कि इस केस में भी जब पूरी की पूरी बॉडी लिक्विड के अंदर है, the center of gravity and the center of buoyancy, they coincide. And what is the weight of body in water? Isn't it? What is the weight of body in water in this case? Let us see what it could be. When the body is floating, body कब float करती है? जब उसका, that is upthrust and the weight of the body. So when the body is floating, उस केस में ये दोनों फोर्सेस इक्वल हैं. ना तो कोई फोर्स ऊपर को एक्ट हो रहा है, ना तो कोई फोर्स नीचे को एक्ट हो रहा है, isn't it? So the net force on the body in water is zero. So you can say the weight of body, apparent weight of body, we can say, not weight. This is the apparent weight of body. It will be equal to 0. Is that clear? Now let us take the third case. In the third case, when the body is floating with some part inside and some part outside water, here the weight of the body is less than the upthrust. Weight of the body is less than the upthrust. It is also less than, अगर वो upthrust से कम है, that means it is also less than maximum upthrust. इसमें उतना ही पोर्शन सबमर्ज होता है by which the weight of liquid displaced becomes equal to the weight of the body. Density क्या है? Density of the solid is less than the density of liquid. But in इस केस में the center of gravity that is above the center of buoyancy. This is important point to note. And what is the apparent weight of body? What is the apparent weight of body? Apparent weight of body, that will be equal to 0. जब भी body float करती है, उसका apparent weight क्या होता है? 0. अगर हम body कब float करती है? जब उसका upthrust और उसका weight equal हो जाते हैं. There is no net above force, there is no net downward force. That means उसका apparent weight क्या हो जाता है? 0. So when the body is not floating, उसमें apparent weight क्या है? W minus this, because ये वो weight ज़्यादा है. इन दोनों cases में जब body float हो रही है, उन दोनों cases में apparent weight of the body, that is equal to 0. Students, we have studied about earlier also when the bodies are floating, लेकिन यहाँ पर हम एक नई चीज़ पढ़ रहे हैं that when a body is floating, then its apparent weight is 0. Apparent weight मतलब बाहर उसका एक वेट है, जब हम उसको लिक्विड में डालते हैं तो उसका अलग वेट होता है, तो वो जो अपीयर होता है हमें वेट, दैट इज जीरो ओनली फॉर द फ्लोटिंग बॉडी. The body may be floating completely inside the liquid, or it may be floating with some part inside and some part outside the liquid. Now, why this apparent weight of the body is zero? Let us see it, that is mathematically. जब कोई body float करती है, उस केस में the weight of liquid displaced by the submerged part of the body is equal to the weight of body. दो केसेस कौन से हैं? एक केस ये है, that is when the body is completely inside the liquid. The second case is that when the body, some part is outside and some part is inside the liquid. इस केस में the weight of the body is equal to the upthrust. Here also the weight of the body is equal to the upthrust. So the weight of liquid displaced by the submerged part, that is equal to the weight of body. According to Archimedes principle, what is the weight of liquid displaced? That is upthrust. So upthrust इस केस में क्या है? It is equal to the weight of body. Upthrust क्या होता है? Upthrust होता है weight of body minus apparent weight of body. तो अगर upthrust और weight of body same है floating के केस में, that means apparent weight of body will be zero. So this is a new thing we are learning about the floating bodies, and from here we conclude about the principle of flotation, which we have to learn that weight of the floating body is always equal to the weight of the liquid displaced by the submerged part. जब भी बॉडी फ्लोट कर रही है इस तरह से या इस तरह से, तो उसका वेट क्या होता है? इट इज ऑलवेज इक्वल टू द वेट ऑफ लिक्विड डिस्प्लेस्ड बाय द सबमर्ज्ड पार्ट. जितना भी पार्ट सबमर्ज है, वो सबमर्ज पार्ट जितना भी दैट इज लिक्विड डिस्प्लेस करता है, isn't it? That is equal to the weight of body. So this is a new thing we are learning about flotation. This is not for the body which has sunk to the bottom. It is for only for the floating body. For this case and for now, students, consider a situation. We have taken that is different liquids. We have taken liquid 1, then we have taken liquid 2, liquid 3 and liquid 4. Means ये different liquids हैं. Oil, glycerin, mercury, water, you can say they are different liquids. We have taken a body of weight W. पहले हमने उसको liquid 1 में immerse किया. Suppose it is floating with completely submerged. Then we immersed it in the liquid 2. तो उसका इतना part submerged है. उससे there is थोड़ा सा part ऊपर है. Then we immerse it in liquid 3. So this much different part is submerged और यहाँ पर भी different parts submerged. What do we observe here? In different liquids, the same body has different parts submerged. In all the cases, the body is floating. Just now we have learned principle of flotation. So according to principle of flotation, when the body is floating, then the weight of body is always equal to the weight of liquid displaced by the submerged part. Displaced by the submerged part. And weight of liquid displaced by the submerged part is actually equal to upthrust. This we have learnt in Archimedes principle. ये एक ही बॉडी है और उसका वेट चेंज नहीं हुआ. यहाँ पर भी W है. In all the cases its weight will remain the same. So according to principle of flotation, यहाँ पर भी when the body is floating, upthrust क्या होगा? W. लिक्विड 2 में भी अपथ्रस्ट क्या होगा? W. लिक्विड 3 में अपथ्रस्ट होगा W. लिक्विड 4 में भी अपथ्रस्ट होगा W. Because according to principle of flotation, when a body is floating, the weight of body is equal to upthrust. So in all, what do we observe here? In all these cases, the upthrust that is acting on these bodies, on this body, not one, it is one body only, on this body will be same. So when a body is immersed in different liquids with different parts submerged and they are floating, then upthrust on each of the body will be same because the body is having the same weight in all the cases. Now students, let us derive the relation between the volume of submerged part of a floating body and the densities of liquid and the body. This relation is very important from numericals point of view. तो किस किस में relation है? Volume of submerged part of the floating body. जो body float कर रही है उसका कितना volume liquid में submerge है, that volume, and the density of liquid and the density of body. तो ये relation derive करने से पहले let us take the there is notation जिनके बीच में हमने ये relation find out करना है. First of all we take a body and let the total complete volume of the body be B. जैसे ये liquid हमने लिया है and this is the solid or the body which is floating inside it. इसका कंप्लीट जो वॉल्यूम है, पूरी बॉडी का वॉल्यूम है, दैट इज कैपिटल V. लेट स्मॉल v बी द वॉल्यूम ऑफ बॉडी इमर्स्ड इन लिक्विड. तो जो पोर्शन उसका लिक्विड में इमर्स्ड है उसका वॉल्यूम हमने लिया है स्मॉल v. And let ds be the density of the body, इस body की density ds, and let dl be the density of liquid. Now we have to find the relations among all these four. So let us see how we can find out. First of all, we will find out the expression for what is the weight of body. Now all of us we know that weight is always given by mass into gravity. अब इसमें हमने mass नहीं लिया है, हमने volume और density लिया है. So mass can be written as volume of the body, isn't it? Volume of the body into the density of the body and into the gravity. अब यहाँ पर volume हमने लिया है body का V, density लिया है ds and into g. So this is the first expression we are getting. Principle of flotation किस वे relation है? Principle of flotation बोलता है कि जब body float करती है then weight of body is equal to upthrust. उस केस में weight of body is equal to upthrust. अब upthrust क्या होता है? Upthrust होता है weight of liquid displaced by the immersed part of body. जितना बॉडी का पार्ट लिक्विड में इमर्स्ड है उस पार्ट ने कितना लिक्विड डिस्प्लेस किया है, दैट वेट इज द अपथ्रस्ट. नाउ अगेन इसमें वेट कैसे आएगा? वेट इज मास इनटू ग्रेविटी. मास वी हैव नॉट टेकन, वी हैव टेकन वॉल्यूम एंड डेंसिटी. सो इस केस में आएगा वॉल्यूम ऑफ द बॉडी विच इज इमर्स्ड. कितना वॉल्यूम बॉडी का इमर्स है into the density of liquid and into the gravity. This is the relation we will be getting, isn't it? Weight कैसे आता है? Mass into gravity. Mass we have not taken, so we will be writing the relation in volume and density. So it is the weight displaced by immersed part of body. So how much volume is immersed? Small v. Density of liquid and into gravity. But we know that for flotation, the weight of body is equal to upthrust. This thing we know. It is equal to upthrust. So what is the weight of body? Capital V ds into g. And what is the upthrust? Small v dl into g. So from here we are getting that small v by capital V is equal to ds by dl. So this is the important relation that we have to remember from, that is, numericals point of view also. Volume of immersed part divided by total volume, that is equal to the density of the body divided by density of the liquid. This is the relation. Okay, student, now let us do some examples on the basis of the relation that we have done. We know that density of cork is 3 by 4 gram per cubic centimeter. And when we immerse cork in water, we find that three parts of cork is inside water and one part of the cork is outside water. Three parts are inside and one part is outside. This is the way. When it is immersed in water, three parts are inside, one part is outside. How do we come to know? By using this relation. What was this relation? Volume of body immersed divided by volume, complete volume of the body, that is equal to density of the solid over density of liquid. Now suppose we immerse the cork in water. Here the liquid is water. What is the density of cork? 3 by 4. Density of water is 1 gram per cubic centimeter. Answer comes 3 by 4. So what do we conclude from here? That small v by capital V is 3 by 4. That means that three parts of the cork is inside water and one part is outside. Total there are four parts. If three parts are inside, how many parts will be outside? That is one part. Now students, let us take this case. In this case, I have taken four containers. Each of this container is containing water. I have taken different solids with different densities. First solid density D1, D2, D3, D4, and the densities are in decreasing order. D1 is having maximum density, then D2, then D3 and D4. What do we observe? When we immerse solids of different densities, when we immerse solids of different that is densities in the same liquid, the solid which is having maximum density is more submerged in water than the other solids. तो जैसे जैसे डेंसिटी डिक्रीज हो रही है, जो सबमर्ज्ड पार्ट है वो भी कम हो रहा है. So this thing we know, that is if we are immersing different solids of different densities in same liquid, the solid which is having high density, it has more submerged part than the solid which is having low density. So it is an important result. In the previous case, we have taken same liquid, but the solid were of different densities. Now the same case is there. Now we are taking liquids with different densities, but the solid is same. So here I have taken a liquid with density D1, density D2, density D3, density, this is D4. This density is D4. And what is the relation between these densities? D1 is less than D2, less than D3, less than D4. What do we observe? एक ही solid को जब हम in different liquids with different densities में immerse करते हैं, we see that different portion of it is submerged in the liquid. What do we observe? जैसे जैसे density increase होती है, that is जैसे जैसे density increase होती है, जो submerged part है solid का वो कम होता जाता है. So when the density is less, the body is more submerged. When density increases, less part is submerged. Density decreases further. The volume of the submerged part decreases further. So what do we conclude here? The volume of submerged part in the liquid, it will decrease with the increase in the density of the liquid. So all these results which we are doing now are very important. तो जैसे जैसे liquid की density increase होती है, the submerged part of the solid in the liquid will decrease. This case we have done previous also. क्योंकि एक ही body है, the weight of the body is W, which is acting vertically downward. We know that when a body is floating, then the weight of body is equal to upthrust, or weight of body is equal to the weight of liquid displaced. So although the liquids are different with different densities, but upthrust on the body will be same in each case because the weight of the body is same in each case. When the body is floating, the weight of the body is equal to upthrust. So in this case, upthrust will be. Let us do some examples. The first common example is if you see that is an iron nail, it sinks in water. But a ship which is made up of iron, it floats in water. So what is the reason behind it? Though both of them are made of iron and also the ship is that is larger in weight, then also it floats in water. Now iron sinks in water because the density of iron is more than density of water. Any object whose density is more than density of water will sink in it, so iron will sink in it. Now a ship is made in such a way that it is hollow from inside. From beneath it is hollow and it contains air in it. It is hollow and it contains air in it. The empty space in it, it contains air. अब जब हम डेंसिटी कैलकुलेट करते हैं तो सिर्फ आयरन की डेंसिटी नहीं आती है, उसके बीच में जो एयर है उसकी डेंसिटी भी काउंट होती है. तो जो एवरेज डेंसिटी निकल के आती है ऑफ आयरन एंड एयर, इट बिकम्स लेस देन द डेंसिटी ऑफ वाटर. आयरन की डेंसिटी तो वाटर की डेंसिटी से ज़्यादा है, लेकिन जो एवरेज डेंसिटी आती है ऑफ आयरन एंड एयर कंबाइन करके, दैट इज़ लेस देन दैट ऑफ वाटर. और किसी भी चीज़ की डेंसिटी वाटर से कम होगी, दैट ऑब्जेक्ट विल फ्लोट इन वाटर. सो देयरफॉर दिस शिप, it floats in water. Yes, let us take the second case. Loaded ship and an unloaded ship. A loaded ship is more submerged in water and an unloaded ship is less submerged in water. What is the reason behind it? जब हम शिप में बहुत ज़्यादा लोड या कार्गो डाल देते हैं, then what happens, the weight of the ship increases. अब उसको फ्लोट करना है, अगर उसका वेट पानी की अवतरण से ज़्यादा हो गया, it will sink. अब जब हमने उसके ऊपर बहुत ज़्यादा लोड डाल दिया है, that means and we want that it should float. Then according to principle of flotation, when a body floats, then weight of the body is always equal to the weight of liquid displaced by the body. जब हमने शिप को लोड कर दिया है, उसका वेट इंक्रीज हो गया है, तो फ्लोट करने के लिए द वेट ऑफ लिक्विड, वो जो डिस्प्लेस होता है, इट शुड बी मोर. That is, if the ship wants to float, then it has to displace more liquid, more water or more liquid must be displaced. The liquid that is displaced, when it is more when the volume of body which is submerged in liquid is more. So therefore, in order to float this ship, it has to submerge more in water so that the weight of liquid displaced becomes more and then it will be able to float. So वो जो weight of liquid displaced है, it becomes equal to the weight of ship and the ship is able to float. When the ship is unloaded, its weight is less. तो वो जो थोड़ा सा पार्ट सबमर्ज होता है, थोड़े से पार्ट से ही बहुत सारा वेट ऑफ लिक्विड डिस्प्लेस हो जाता है, विच कीप्स इट फ्लोटिंग. When small part of this unloaded ship submerges in water, the weight of liquid displaced by that submerged part becomes equal to the weight of the ship and the ship, it floats. So therefore, in the loaded ship, more part is submerged in water and in unloaded ship, less part is submerged in. Okay, students, now let us do there is next part about the sea water and the river water. Now in sea water we take about a ship. जब शिप सी वाटर में चलती है तो वो पानी में कम सबमर्ज होती है, बट व्हेन इट मूव्स इन रिवर वाटर वो पानी में ज़्यादा सबमर्ज होती है. व्हाट इज़ द रीज़न बिहाइंड इट? उसका पहला रीज़न ये है दैट डेंसिटी ऑफ सी वाटर इज़ मोर देन डेंसिटी ऑफ रिवर वाटर. सो हाउ डज दिस डेंसिटी प्लेज एन इम्पॉर्टेंट रोल? Now see here, we know that weight of liquid displaced is always equal to volume of the body submerged into density of liquid into gravity. So जब ship that is sea water में होती है, when it submerges less, क्योंकि उसकी density ज़्यादा है, volume of body submerged into density of liquid into gravity, अगर ये वैल्यू ज़्यादा है तो इसको कम कर सकते हैं, so that it becomes equal to the weight of ship. एक ही है दोनों केसेस में. so ship कब float करेगी? when the weight of the ship is equal to weight of liquid displaced, and this is the weight of liquid displaced. so अगर density ज़्यादा है तो थोड़ा सा volume अगर पानी में submerge होगा, जो भी liquid displace होगा, its weight will be equal to the weight of the ship. So in sea water, with less parts submerged in sea water, the weight of water displaced, it becomes equal to the weight of the ship. थोड़े सा submerge होने पर ही जो water displace होता है, its weight becomes equal to the weight of ship and the ship floats. लेकिन जब ship river में होती है, उसमें जो density वो कम है, रिवर का डेंसिटी कम है, सो एज अ रिजल्ट अगर ये चीज़ कम है तो ये वाली चीज़ ज़्यादा होनी चाहिए, वॉल्यूम ज़्यादा होना चाहिए. सो इन ऑर्डर टू फ्लोट, फ्लोट कब होगा जब वेट ऑफ शिप इज इक्वल टू वेट ऑफ लिक्विड डिस्प्लेस. तो हमें वेट ऑफ लिक्विड डिस्प्लेस ज़्यादा कब होगा, व्हेन मोर volume of the ship will submerge in sea water, in river water, sorry, because the density of river water is less, the ship has to submerge more, so that the weight of liquid displaced it becomes equal to the weight of the ship. तो ये जो प्रोडक्ट में अगर एक चीज ज्यादा है तो दूसरी चीज कम होगी, सो दैट द प्रोडक्ट इट शुड रिमेन इक्वल टू द वेट ऑफ द शिप. सी वाटर में डेंसिटी ज्यादा है तो वॉल्यूम ऑफ सबमर्ज पार्ट कम हो जाएगा. रिवर वाटर में डेंसिटी ऑफ रिवर वाटर that is कम है तो volume of submerged part it becomes more. So this is the way. Yes, now comes about the flotation of human body. When human swims in river water or sea water, any water, then what helps him in swimming? Human body is made up of bones, blood, muscles, fat, and also there is air in the lungs. Sometimes the lungs are filled with the air, sometimes the lungs are empty. तो जो ह्यूमन बॉडी के डेंसिटी है इट इज एक्चुअली द एवरेज ऑफ द डेंसिटीज ऑफ ऑल दीज थिंग्स. इन सब की डेंसिटीज की जो एवरेज डेंसिटी आती है दैट इज द डेंसिटी ऑफ ह्यूमन बॉडी. Now, when the lungs of human body are empty, then its density comes out to be 1.07 gram per cubic centimeter. When the lungs are filled with air, then density comes out to be 1 gram per cubic centimeter. Now, when the human has to swim, what does the swimmer do? The swimmer fills his lungs with air. He fills his lungs with air, and he most probably they keep their nose and mouth just projecting above the surface of water, isn't it? Now, when he fills his lungs with the air, then what is the density of the human body? It becomes equal to 1 gram per cubic centimeter, which is equal to the density of water. So when the densities become equal, then the swimmer is able to swim or float very easily inside the water also. So now जब density is equal है, that means the weight of water displaced by him, it becomes equal to the weight of his body, and he can swim with very less effort. He can swim with very less effort. So if they fill their lungs with air so that their density becomes equal to 1. तो अगर उनके lungs में they do not fill air in the lungs, what will happen? Their density will become 1.07, which is more than density of water, and as a result, they will sink in water. So to float, they have to fill their lungs with air so that it becomes the densities become equal. Hey students, now comes the next example that why it is easier for a swimmer to swim in sea water than in river water. सी वाटर में उसको लेस एफर्ट अप्लाई करना पड़ता है स्विम करने के लिए, लेकिन रिवर वाटर में ज़्यादा एफर्ट अप्लाई करना पड़ता है. फर्स्ट रीज़न इज दैट डेंसिटी ऑफ सी वाटर is more than density of river water. Now we know that if a body has to float, then weight of body is equal to the weight of liquid displaced. Weight of liquid displaced क्या होता है? It is equal to the volume of body submerged into density of liquid into gravity. तो इसकी explanation same है जो हमने ship वाले example में की, that ship submerges less in sea water and it submerges more in river water. Same thing. Since the density of sea water is more, therefore, for less, that is the less portion of body submerged in sea water, the weight of water displaced, it becomes equal to the weight of body. थोड़ा सा ही बॉडी का पोर्शन जब सी वाटर में सबमर्ज होता है, then weight of water displaced it becomes equal to the weight of body and the swimmer can easily swim with very less effort, थोड़े से ही पोर्शन को सबमर्ज करके. But for river water the density is less. If density is less and the swimmer has to displace same amount of liquid to float, उसको कितना लिक्विड डिस्प्लेस करना पड़ेगा, कितना रिवर वाटर डिस्प्लेस करना पड़ेगा, जितना उसका वेट है. तो इफ डेंसिटी लेस है दैट मीन्स इट हैज टू सबमर्ज मोर पार्ट ऑफ हिज बॉडी इन वाटर. So when the swimmer is swimming in river water, to displace the same amount of river water, he has to submerge more part of his body in river water. So therefore, in river water, the swimmer that is swims with the difficulty with little bit effort, but in sea, the swimmer is able to swim with less effort. Yes, now let us do about the flotation of ships. Now it is given here, flotation of submarine. Now see here, that is, we know that a submarine sometimes it go dives deep into the water and sometimes it floats comes above the surface of water. So how does it happen? If we do the see the construction of a submarine, it has ballast tanks in the front and in the rear. There are ballast tanks. Now how does it dive? When it has to dive, it fill its ballast tanks with water. When it fill its ballast tanks with water, its average density becomes more than the density of sea water. So जब उसकी density sea water से ज़्यादा हो जाएगी, obviously it will sink. So it will sink, or you can say it will dive into the water. So what is the procedure? It fill its ballast tanks with water. When it has to rise up, it will, that is, force out the water from its ballast tanks by allowing the compressed air to enter the tank. तो ये जो टैंक्स इनमें से वाटर को रिमूव कर देते हैं और एयर को भर देते हैं, उससे क्या होता है, दैट इज द एवरेज डेंसिटी ऑफ द सबमरीन इट becomes less than that of sea water. So when its average density becomes less, it will rise. So this is the way the submarine rises and it dives in the. Yes, students, now let's start about icebergs. Icebergs, all of you know, the large pieces of ice that floats on water. Now, why do they float on water although they are so heavy? It is because density of ice is 0.917 gram per cubic centimeter, but density of water is 1 gram per cubic centimeter. So since density is less, these icebergs, they will float in water with some part submerged and some part outside. In icebergs, larger part is inside water and small part is outside. So as a result, they are very dangerous for ships because they are, because the driver of the ship is unable to, that is, ascertain, estimate what is the size of the ship below the surface of water. ऊपर से थोड़ा सा पोर्शन दिखाई देता है लेकिन अंदर बहुत बड़ा पोर्शन होता है which is not visible. So due to this, it is very dangerous. Now let us take the case of the flotation of the ship, of the fish, flotation of the fish. Now fish भी कई बार पानी के अंदर जाती है, पानी के ऊपर आती है. How does it happen? It's same like that of a submarine. Now fish has a special organ which is known as swim bladder. When it has to rise up, जब उसको ऊपर आना होता है, it diffuse gas from its fluid into swim bladder. जो उसके अंदर फ्लूइड है उसमें से वो गैस को एक्सट्रैक्ट करके स्विम ब्लैडर में भर देती है. तो स्विम ब्लैडर फूल जाता है. दैट मीन्स द वॉल्यूम ऑफ द स्विम ब्लैडर इंक्रीजेस. जब उसका वॉल्यूम इंक्रीज होता है उसकी डेंसिटी डिक्रीज हो जाती है देन द वाटर एंड देयरफॉर इट राइजेस अप. जिस चीज की डेंसिटी वाटर की डेंसिटी से कम होगी इट विल राइज अप. We know that density is what? It is mass upon volume. So if volume increases, density will decrease. Isn't it? जब उसकी density पानी से कम हो गई, it will rise up. And how does it dive? It empties its swim bladder. जैसे उसने swim bladder में गैस हवा भर ली है तो वो उस हवा को empty करती है जितना उसको चाहिए, कितना उसने dive करना है उसके there is a required amount of that is air it empties. When it empties, the volume of the swim bladder decreases. So if volume decreases, that means density increases. Isn't it? उसकी डेंसिटी वाटर की डेंसिटी से ज़्यादा हो गई एंड हेंस इट विल डाइव टू द बॉटम. जब डेंसिटी कम होती है वो ऊपर आ जाती है, जब डेंसिटी ज़्यादा होती है इट विल मूव डाउन. Let's study about the rising of balloons. Now, how when any light gas like hydrogen or helium is filled in a balloon, then the density of the inflated balloon it becomes less than the density of air around it. क्योंकि इन gases की density कम है, तो जब हम ये गैस balloons में डालते हैं तो inflated balloon की density भी कम हो जाएगी than the density of air around. So it will rise up. अगर इसकी बैलून की डेंसिटी एयर की डेंसिटी से कम है इट विल मूव अप. नाउ ये जो बैलून है ये इनडेफिनेटली राइज नहीं करता, एक पॉइंट पे आके वो रुक जाता है, वो स्पेस में नहीं चला जाता. व्हाट इज द रीजन बिहाइंड इट? We know that as the height increases, the density of air decreases. Isn't it? धीरे धीरे जैसे जैसे ऊपर जाते हैं density of air it decreases. तो एक point ऐसा आता है, there is one point जब density of the inflated balloon and the density of air around it becomes equal. पहले वो बाहर वाली एयर की डेंसिटी ज़्यादा थी, फिर एक पॉइंट पे दोनों की डेंसिटी सेम हो जाती है. व्हेन इट बिकम्स सेम, नाउ दिस बैलून विल नॉट राइज फर्दर, इट विल दैट इज इट विल नॉट राइज फर्दर. जो वो नीचे आता है दैट इज बिकॉज उसकी जो गैस है वो दैट इज लीक होनी शुरू हो जाती है ड्यू टू मैनी रीजंस. isn't it? Due to frictional any other reasons, जब वो गैस बाहर निकल जाएगी obviously that is the balloon, it will come back to the ground. So why does not it rise further? Because at one point the density of inflated balloon and the density of air around it becomes